What is home care?
How do I navigate healthcare?
What do I do when I feel down and depressed?
I'm stressed.
Am I enough?
What can I do?
What is this going to cost?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Journey Out podcast. We are so excited to have you guys back today. And today we're talking about something a little fun today, actually. We're talking about the youth.
Fun but important.
Important.
Yes.
Very fun and important. So just to kind of open this up, how important do you think the youth is to just growing our generation and growing pretty much the foundation of who we are in the United States of America?
Well, I think it's very important. Like you say, it's generation, right? Education, empowerment. The youth need that, right? And knowing who they are, where they come from, and who they can be, and where they can go. I think that's very important.
Agreed. So that's why today is super important, because we wanted to just hop into the start of our youth, taking us to the next level, right? And we have a very important guest here today. Her name is Amatullah. She is the founder and owner of Wealth Climbers. And so we're so excited to have you with us today.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I think, first and foremost, please just start us off on your journey, who you are, how Wealth Climbers came to be.
Okay, absolutely. Well, first, thank you so much for the opportunity, allowing me to come on here. And y'all are absolutely right. The youth are the foundation. That's so important. And that's one of the key things that started me.
Right.
So you introduced me, but I'm Amatullah Shabazz. Y'all, I am the founder and the mind behind Wealth Climbers. And Wealth Climbers, we are a youth organization that focuses on teaching financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and technology through gamified learning. So what we do that's different from others is that everything we do is games. It's all delivered through gamified learning. So what we decided was, in order for us to start to reach the children where they at, they game. They know how to game. Learning is always been fun for me when I made it like a game or something like that. So I just created the next step. I had some different things happen in my life, like when Wealth Climbers now is about 2 years old. We started in 2022. And during that time, my youngest son, his father had just transitioned. And they also had experience, like we was staying in Addison, my boys, and somebody tried to kidnap my boys. So with these things like back to back. So it was like, man, what can I do that will provide some type of, just structure for the youth, like something that's protect them, like they need advocates. That's how I felt, because I felt violated, like with my, with that experience in that, and it was in the middle of the daytime, with my boys, and it made me just feel like I needed to be more empowered to be protector of not just my youth, but youth in general. Thank God I was able to, I homeschool my children. So let me say that as my foundation, because education is everything. Okay, so I say it's always a teaching moment. And in our household, they know, like, okay, Mom.
I understand.
It's like they feel like I weigh them down. But it's for a purpose, because if I had not been able to instill in them and teach them different strategies, tools, and how to protect themselves, they wouldn't even be here right now. So with that, I wanted to be able to provide that to other youth. Like, man, it's at home. It's right here. Like, when you get something that close, it's serious.
In your community.
Exactly. It's serious, not just that someone I know experienced, but I experienced it. So from that came Wealth Climbers. I had a financial firm. I was working in the financial industry. I was like, what can I create that will allow me to connect with them and build up the youth? I started targeting the youth. I closed down my firm. I just completely focused on Wealth Climber. I started everything over from scratch. And from that came Wealth Climbers. And just off the gate, I think with the passion and also the drive and just fully being committed to creating something that's just going to be for the future, like y'all spoke about generations.
You know
what I'm saying? You want it for the generations to come, because when you have a proper foundation, it helps you for generations to come.
So tell me this, in building Wealth Climbers, what were some of the challenges that you faced in doing that?
So one of the main challenges is that you don't see financial literacy as being the forefront in our community first. So, and also switching my focus from adults to the youth, you see where the value is at. It made me understand why they pay teachers so little. The value of a teacher isn't as high as it should be, but that's completely wrong.
Right.
We talking about those who creating a foundation for these children.
Right.
So one of the challenges is people seeing the value in it. They always say, "Oh my God, I wish I learned that. I want to learn it too." But then you understand that they didn't go through the steps of learning it. So though they see value that it should be taught and they should be learned, they still not putting their financial resources to make sure that's accessible for their children.
Right.
So you still see that it's a mental block in there somewhere. Or you don't want to pay for a financial class, but you want to say that you appreciate, having, you see the value of it. So then we had that's a challenge. So it oftentimes was mindset that I saw was one of the major challenges, though people can readily admit this is something that we need.
Right.
But when it came to them paying for their children to get in a class,
Yeah.
they didn't see the value, always in them paying.
Right.
So it made me have to get creative with how we did our classes. So it made me seek out sponsorships. It made me seek out corporate help. And that's how I kind of got in that space. And one of my very first sponsors when we got started was AT&T and Jewish Family Services.
Okay.
Awesome.
So they were my first two sponsors.
Okay.
And with that, I was able to use the Connected Learning Center in Addison, and that was just like my hub for the first year of Wealth Climbers.
Okay, so break that down for me some more, because I really want the audience to really understand like the depth that you go to with your youth. So break down some of your initiatives that you have under Wealth Climbers.
Absolutely. So what we do is we do workshops, interactive workshop experiences. That's what I call it, because we do a whole gaming part. First half is dedicated to financial literacy. We have a game that we create. It's called the Adulting Game. Basically, we give them a career, you get your credit score, you get everything, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And from there, then I have different areas that I had a youth, and that's where they step in at. Like, so, okay, you got to have somewhere to live. Well, do you want to live in a house, a home? Do you want to rent? You want to own? So that allow us to kind of build out that with them.
Yeah.
Do you want a car? You want to drive? You want to Uber? Then we're going to build that out. You know what I'm saying? So those different things I allow them to make their choices on, but that has to be put into their budget. Can you afford this lifestyle?
So the game is pretty much a lifestyle.
Yes.
And the choices that they make in that workshop, in the gaming,
Kind of helps
them understand the value of the
Money.
decision making,
Yes.
the money,
Absolutely.
and what type of life. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
love that.
And it came down and that's when Wealth Climbers became much more than just financial literacy, because like you said, the decision. Then I get to see, our youth need assistance with decision-making skills. So in the life and game, it all came from that. Like, okay, how much you gonna spend the money on your food?
Right.
And they'll be like, $100. And I'm like, nah.
Not understanding. Yeah, I'd take $100.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's like, nah, it's not going to, for a whole month. So we had to put different things in perspective. Like, okay, you want to spend $100 on food, groceries. But when I ask you what you want to spend on your fashion, your budget, you're like, oh, I think I want to go shopping about $500 a week.
Yeah.
Don't end up eating them clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so it was
Setting realistic.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love
so
that.
they can start learning to make better decisions. And then you get to see that these are the same type of decision making rationale and that adults have.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you spent all your money because you want to go do this
Instead of doing this.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what, the youth watch.
Right.
So when we get to see how much they truly are paying attention to either their parents or whoever is that adult that's in their life, how are they making financial decisions? And yes, they are paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they are paying attention. So after we do that first half, which is we go through that and we break down everything, and I get them back to reality check.
Right.
Yeah. That's what it is.
It's a reality check. And then we go to the second half. And the second half is the entrepreneurship side of things. It's the games. And it's a game we created. It's called like Build Your Cookie Empire. So basically we start teaching them just basics of entrepreneurship. profit, location, marketing, getting them familiar with these different type of terms.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then how each one of those locations affect how much you make,
Right, right.
how much customer flow coming. Can you target these people?
Yeah.
So we have, the good thing about our games, we can make them as detailed or as, kind of blanketed, because we do a range of ages.
Okay.
Okay.
I literally could work with a youth all the way from 6 to 17.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
awesome.
Good.
And I can go a little bit younger if they, depending on how sharp they
Right.
are with it, or what we're focusing on versus, certain foundational skills they may
Yeah.
have in place, reading, math.
So let me ask you this question: do you think how do this prepare the youth? What have you seen with this workshop and the things that you're doing? How do that prepare the youth?
Oh, I'm glad you
What
said
are the
that.
benefits? What have been the benefits?
The benefits have been them making better decisions,
Okay.
being able to save money. I've had some of the youth in my class already. Miss Chi, I started a business. I know how to do this. So they start to look at things differently.
Right.
They see themselves as the creators and not the consumers, and that's one of our focuses. We want to turn consumers to creators.
Right.
They consuming technology.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're consuming all of these different things, but they're not creating enough.
Right.
Now they're creating. So what I've seen is the creators. I've seen them activate their
Right.
creative hat, their creativity inside. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I love that part.
And I love that too, because sometimes really what happens is we get used to our day to day. And if these things aren't brought to the youth at this time or later in their life, they don't get to learn about entrepreneurship or just finance or building and growing like their portfolio, because that's not something that they even thought about, right?
Exactly.
But you're also doing it in a way that kind of gets their attention with games, right? Because
Yes.
we all know that
Right.
gaming is super important
Right.
in today's time. I mean, we have what they call streamers
Yeah,
and
right.
all these different things. So that stuff is important. And streamers nowadays are making lucrative money
Exactly.
streaming. And so being able to manage that at a young age and being able to kind of facilitate that. So tell me what your biggest influence was in shaping like that mission to kind of get them in these everyday situations.
Well, I homeschool my children.
Okay.
And seeing how they react to the different, I test it out on them. Like, that's the best way I could say it. Like, I see how they react. I see how different information helps them feel more empowered.
Right.
And then I see how they friends, how their friends react to it,
Right.
how they start to feel empowered. So I think it's almost like you can see it as a domino effect. They feel strength.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
they feel strong. They feel empowered. They feel, I can do that.
Right.
And we want them to have confidence, because that's the key.
Right.
A confident child. And then now we have not only confident, but they feel, confident in themselves and confident in the information that they learn, so that they can continue to add that and put that in same place,
Yeah.
position where they go home and they could talk to their parent. They're like, ooh, Mom, we created a digital product in our class, because that's one of the classes that we did too. We created ebooks.
Okay.
My goal was to create them and teach them how to become a author.
Yeah.
I figured them having a different title, something they could be proud of,
Yeah.
and something that they can show as an accomplishment for themselves. But those are different type of programs. So we've done AI programs with the youth. We've done creating digital products with them, where they created their own coloring book and show them, and now they publish authors, because
Yeah.
their book is on Amazon, and
Awesome.
teaching them how to monetize. So with everything we do, we also always teach them how you can make this financially lucrative for you.
Right.
Because we do know that with finances, you can change your situation, and you can change a lot of different things
Right.
by having access to capital.
Right.
Right.
And
right.
these youth like making money. It is what
It
it
is
is. They
what
like
it is,
making money.
yes.
Like, they know
Yeah.
you can make money streaming.
Right.
Yeah.
They know you can make money as an influencer, as a creator, a content creator.
Right.
So now we have to get them direction on how to do it,
The
so they're
proper
not
way.
just out here
Yes.
doing anything
Yes.
Yeah.
to do it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's when we come in and we teach them, well, now you can cultivate a skill. Now you can learn how to tap into an audience, and teach them terms like that, so that they do know, oh, maybe that's not my target audience.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
This is my target audience.
Right.
All right.
Love that.
That's right. So tell me this: what makes DFW the right place for this, and also how do you envision expanding?
Oh, like that expansion. Okay, so I love DFW. I think DFW is the perfect metroplex for us to do it because right now we have about 300 wealth climbers in the DFW.
Okay,
area.
great. All
We've
right.
been able to do classes from Fort Worth to Addison, DeSoto. We've done classes at Pan African Connection, which is a excellent beacon here in the community. But Dallas got it going on. Like if the big hubs know to come here, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So I feel like we perfectly centered in where we need to be as far
Yeah.
as in technology.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and why not? Why not make Dallas one of the groundbreaking spots so
Right.
people can understand now we changing the dynamics of technology for the youth. We're
Right.
changing how they look at different things when it comes to learning, when it comes to gaming, when
Right.
it comes to having fun.
Right.
That it literally can be all in one.
All in one.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And why do you think gamification was a huge model for you to kind of tap into? Why did you say, okay, I want to start with this?
Well, I learned through games.
Okay.
So when I thought back on what was some of the things that I learned the best and what are some of the ways that my children absorb information the best and how we had fun doing it.
Right.
Games. I make a game up. I tell them, all right, whether I made it like slightly competitive or I just made it so that they had a benchmark to reach.
Right.
It always got them riled up, like, oh, I can do it, I can do it.
Right.
And then at the same time, when we finish at the end, you understood the lesson.
Right.
You gained the information.
Right.
You can move forward with that. You could teach somebody now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we teaching the youth and they get it enough where now they feel like I can go home and teach this to my little brother.
Right.
I could teach this to my little sister.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what's so important about that is, even with me, through generations, financial literacy
Yeah.
wasn't a big staple in my family growing up, right? Starting a business or having my own wasn't a big staple in the family. And
Right.
how you say this can affect generations, right? As I started learning how to start a business or how to
Right.
be more financial literate in my household, guess what? My children start learning, right? I don't want to knock the school, public school thing, but at the same time, you get more information from your home,
Social media.
social media, and when you come out of public school, a lot of us just know what they taught, but it's not preparing us for the real world.
Right.
Right.
You know, so it's not telling us about how to own our own, how to buy land, how to invest,
Yeah.
what everyone else is learning, right? So that's great that you have this platform,
Yeah.
and you started this with the vision that God has blessed you with to
Yes,
help
sir.
our youth in the community and also their families,
Right.
To be more financial literacy and know their worth and what they can be in
Right.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so great.
And so as an entrepreneur yourself, what advice would you give young people to kind of, or people aspiring to be entrepreneurs to start their own journey?
I would say do your research on what it is that you want to create and create something so that it is opening up doors to help others. That's how I know once you start creating, it can kind of take on an energy of its own.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times as an entrepreneur, that's like when we get to that space, we found our sweet spot.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you just getting out and you know, it's like, man, I know I want to work for myself. I don't want to work no job. No
Right,
more.
right.
Over with for that 2025. You know
right.
what I'm saying? If that's how you feeling, then I definitely encourage you to go forward with it.
Yeah.
And go forward with something that you have passion and purpose with.
That's important because not everything is for everybody.
Right.
And I feel too, as youth, very impressionable. You see like Castanet. Now he's a streamer that I know, and I like Kai. And what he does is what he does, but it doesn't work for everybody. Exactly. So you have to find your lane. You have to find what works for you. You have to find, like you said, what you're passionate about. Because once there's passion, it just feeds everything else. It's not work, you know, when you love what you do. And so, I mean, that's how we met you.
Yeah.
Because we're out doing the things that we love, that we find passion in doing, and we find like-minded individuals to help grow and build these type of things. And so I love that you said that, because it really does just drive the passion.
Well, give me a I guess testimonial of a
Yes.
student,
A success
or
story.
a success story of a student or someone that you have helped in this process that has gone on to do bigger and better things because of your help?
Okay, absolutely. So, my daughter, one of her friends, before she had came, the concept of entrepreneurship, it wasn't there. It was just like, I can go get some money from my mom and my daddy.
Right, yeah.
And by the time we finished that summer doing classes and everything, they had started them a little business. They created a logo. They was selling crock charms, and they literally was ordering and inventory. So they had a lot of different little moving pieces that was a part of the business, but. That was like a great success story because then you see them going to make money. Money and her friend, they was about 10 at the time.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
They were 10. And they were so excited, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, "Oh, we got a new shipment in, we got some new charms in." So that was something I saw. I saw them feeling empowerment of being able to do something and like come in and they be like, "Mom, look how much we made. Look how much we made today." You know,
I love that.
and now it has grown to, oh, what new business can we do? You know what I'm saying? So I've seen the evolution of their conversation and how they look at money also for themselves.
Yeah.
So now I can hear them say, "Well, we need to make some more money, girl."
So this is like completely sidebar, but kind of talk to me to the extent of how like pivotal it is for the parent to see those little things in their kids. So like say for instance, they're deciding, oh, I want to sell chips to the kids at school, whatever that may be. How pivotal it is for the parent to see that and just kind of nurture that so they can become that entrepreneur or kind of find those things that kind of can shape their.
And look, you know about the chips at school.
I do know about chips at school. Look, that from the jump, Dad had us, what can y'all do to make money? And that was him. So me, my sister, all of us, we did that for a little bit. That really wasn't my stilo. But my brother, he was good at that. He was good at it. He was good.
We did that in school too. Like I come from an entrepreneur family, so I can appreciate that. But I got stories about how we used to hustle in school, girl. Something else. But okay, you said
how important is the parent for the parent to kind of nurture?
I think that is key because we talking about that's like watering. You know what I'm saying? It's like them watering. It's almost in children, they look for confirmation from their parents. So that's just like when they do a painting, they bring to you, look what I drew. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. If that parent sees a child showing interest and then the parent starts to water that interest, it sparks another different energy in that child. And I see that every time. So I love when parents participate. I love to encourage parents to let's continue this conversation at home. Talk about it in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, turn the music down. Y'all just talk about this. Y'all have that conversation. In the way that they light up, it intensifies their passion for whatever it is that they looking to pursue, you know.
So question, so how can they, if a family or a parent want to have their young youth participate in this, what would be the next steps to get them to participate?
Excellent. So 2025, we got some really cool programming that's going to be coming out, and we'll be dropping our new schedules. So we'll have workshops available. Currently, we're doing gaming classes. So since the conception of Wealth Climbers, we kind of then changed a little bit, not necessarily in our mission or our purpose, but in the direction in which we deliver in the program. So a lot that we're doing now is focused on gaming, literally platforms using Roblox, Minecraft, platforms like that. And we have classes that we do at 4 Cliff. We're in communication with some other different rec centers. So we're going to have our programming available and accessible to students there. The beautiful thing about us partnering with rec centers and different recreational facilities throughout Dallas is that those classes can be extended to them with no fee. You know what I'm saying? Through membership at those different particular rec centers. So like, for example, 4 Cliff right now, if you go to Fort Cliff website, you get a membership. You can take our classes for free. Like it's included within your membership.
Okay.
So,
and you give the classes there at the.
yes,
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
good.
we do it there, and we'll also be jumping back classes up at the AT&T Connect and Learning Centers, some different locations throughout the DFW. So the best way I'll say, follow us on social media. Go to the website, look for your girl. You know, it's Wealth Climbers Life on all platforms.
Wealth Climbers Life.
And wealthclimberslife.com is the website. We revamped up for the New Year's to show all of our different scheduling. We also be very, very excited about it. But we are now working with CompTIA, and we'll be having cybersecurity classes for middle schoolers. So that's something, and that'll be certificate class.
Okay.
So they literally going to get a CompTIA certificate at the end of completion for cybersecurity, and we want to usher in the youth at a young age. So we focusing on those middle schoolers so that we can start walking them into different tech careers. Because again, consumers to creators.
Right.
Wow.
So with what you just said there, it sounds like you got plans for
Right,
Wealth Climbers.
right.
Where do you see Wealth Climbers the next 5 to 10 years?
Wealth Climbers, the next 5 to 10 years, definitely see us in multiple states. In multiple states, we're gonna be growing, y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna be mobile also.
Right.
Working on for 2025. My goal that I have, we're gonna have a tech bus, so we're gonna have a gaming bus, and that'll allow us to be mobile within the DFW Metroplex, and then from there we're gonna just keep expanding out. But I want Wealth Climbers to become a name and synonymous when you think of like a YMCA, or you think of these organizations that have been around for years and they have, you know, roots within community. But what I'm focused on is the underserved, the underprivileged, so they say, you know, those communities that lack resources.
Right.
Okay.
Well, resources, we've shown that historically as a people, once we get access to the resources, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Look at gymnastics. That's all I'm saying. Leave it alone. We got it on lock.
So to kind of sum up everything, what impact do you hope to leave behind with Wealth Climbers and everything that you do, you know, personally? What impact do you hope to leave behind?
My impact that I hope to leave behind is the legacy of opening up doors for financial wealth for families all across the United States, all across the world. Like, so we could start having that as a foundation. Because with financial literacy, it's about the family, right? We spoke about family earlier in our conversation before we got on air, but family is key, and it's not just the blood family. We're talking about literally building a community that's centered around love, that's centered around growth, that's centered around, you know, positivity, and having some type of foundational morals, code, standards that we can stand on. So I want people to look back on me and back on my legacy and say that she opened up doors, she created something in the financial industry that no one had ever seen before, because we tying in it's not just about money. Because too often have we seen the narrative change because of money. And because of the money changed the people, it changed the mission, it changed the purpose. I'm gonna stay true to it because I want to see the impact. I want to see our community. I hear the stories of the elders. They tell us how it was when economics was secondhand nature. That's what I hope my legacy brings.
And I'm gonna say this: stick to it, because what you're doing is just amazing. I don't think I've ever heard of or organization or program doing this. And of course, like you said, reaching those underserved communities is super important. And you're giving them life lessons, the decision making, financial lessons
to build the generational wealth and generational income.
and to give them options, because most times they don't have options. So I thank you for what you're doing. I thank you for just being a powerhouse, because that's what you are. You're a powerhouse.
Thank you so
and
much.
just continue to keep it up. Please, y'all, get in touch with her. Wealthclimberslife.com, right?
Yes,
Wealthclimberslife.com.
wealthclimberslife.com.
No, yeah, put it out there because we need y'all to connect. If you know your kids will be interested in doing something like this, please have them check it out. Get connected with her. Go to some of those recreation centers and try to get into those programs because it's super important to be able to expand your child's mind frame, to expand what they're getting brought to them each and every day.
Yes.
Because this is the time where they're very impressionable and they really need that group, that family to kind of get them to that next level, and this is kind of where it starts. So I thank you so much, Amatullah, for being with us today.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
We're so excited to see all that Wealth Climbers will do, and you guys just tap in, and we will check you out, or you check us out next time on the Journey Out podcast.
Yes, and I hope this information has been a blessing to you and can serve you and your family on your journey out. Thank y'all for watching.